Legendary drummer Jack DeJohnette has passed away. He was 83. I'm John Bowden. This is Rock History Music. Picture a young boy in Chicago sitting behind the piano in a small room listening to jazz records. That boy is Jack DeJohnette, born August 9th, 1942 in Chicago. He passed away yesterday, October 26th, and he was 83, leaving behind a legacy very few drummers ever approach. As mentioned, DeJohnette's musical career started on the piano, but back then he absorbed not just jazz, but R&B, blues, avant-garde sounds. By the time he was in high school, he was a drummer, and by the mid-60s, he was fully immersed in the Chicago jazz scene. Hard bop, free jazz, working with the likes of Roscoe Mitchell. There's stories of him sitting in with John Coltrane, Elvin Jones. DeJohnette would later describe that as a great physical and spiritual experience. By the late 60s, Jack DeJohnette was gaining a lot of attention. In 68, he recorded his first album as a leader, the DeJohnette Complex. But the defining turn came when he joined the Miles Davis Band in time for the monumental recording of Bitches Brew in 1970. And there were other pioneering fusion albums. It was his energetic, multi-directional drumming that became part of Davis's electric jazz revolution. With Miles Davis, there were great records, such as On the Corner, Live Evil, and the development of what jazz would become in the 1970s. As one writer put it, if DeJohnette ended his story with Bitches Brew, he'd still be counted among jazz music's totems of innovation. Good thing about Jack DeJohnette, he did not stand still. He embraced keyboards, piano, deep melodies with his drum kit, making it more than just rhythm. He treated it like an orchestra. In the 70s, he fronted many things. Groups like Special Edition, Gateway with John Abercrombie and Dave Holland. And he formed a decades-long partnership with pianist Keith Jarrett and bassist Gary Peacock in the Standards Trio. He also released solo piano albums, ambient meditation works, and produced Grammy-winning recordings like Peacetime in 2009 and Skyline in 2022. It was hard to categorize Jack DeJohnette's drumming. He called his approach multi-directional, moving in all directions around the kit. And he emphasized listening deeply, not just to playing the beat. One critic described him as not merely a drummer, but percussionist and colorist. He also, of course, influenced thousands of drummers, many in jazz, rock, world music, and beyond. DeJohnette died of congestive heart failure at a hospital in Kingston, New York, surrounded by his wife, family, and close friends. As mentioned, he was 83. He really remained active in his later years, touring, recording, and pushing musical boundaries. For a behind-the-music channel like ours, his musical arc is so important. A lot of the drummers and musicians in general that I have interviewed in the last 42, 43 years have mentioned him as an inspirational, but not just as a musician, but as a guy who he himself said, when you come on stage, have a positive attitude. Be happy to be there. If you're not, maybe you shouldn't be. He was a fearless collaborator who worked with the legends because he was one. And of course, he showed that drumming is not just about keeping time. It's about color and mood, direction. He reminds us of the power of curiosity, discipline, and relentless evolution. May he rest in peace. We don't always cover jazz musicians here, but we cover great musicians. Did you ever see him in concert? Meet him? Favorite pieces by Jack? Make sure you leave your comment. Remember to subscribe to our channel, click the bell notification so you don't miss anything. If you want to make a donation to Rock History Music, there's a PayPal link at the top of every one of our videos. Join our Facebook group. It's a thing we're really pushing these days because for years we really didn't do much with it because we were so busy with YouTube. It's just called, and the link is in the description, Rock History Music/book, because we have a few different channels. And share our videos on social media. We'd appreciate that. I'm John Bowden. This is Rock History Music.